Alright peeps, I'm troubleshooting a Pfister low pressure faucet. So I initially thought that it was the cartridge here, but actually this is in good shape. But Pfister sends out free parts because they have lifetime warranty, and so I got a new one. Hey, it looks cooler. Alright, so what it ended up being was on the faucet connector there's washers, and one of them on the old one started to break down and got caught in the line, and it also got caught in the holes of the cartridge too, so that's what was impeding the flow of the water. So new faucet connector hoses, and that should fix the problem. Also, you might want to flush. This is the opened up faucet. Flush it out so any pieces that are in there are not in there anymore. And then also this screws off. This is the aerator. You can see there's some more little pieces of washer / gasket that broke down and sitting in there. So that could be your problem. I'll show you how everything goes back together too. Alright, so I'm sure this is pretty self-explanatory, but just make sure you have the right sizes. Mine's 1/2 inch on both from the angle valve, or this is also called the stop, and it's also 1/2 inch where it connects up there. You can figure that. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. I've replaced both hoses because this hot water hose was leaking out the top, and then the cold water one over there is what had the obstructions in it from, I'm assuming, the broken down washer. That's all I can really come up with that it could have been. Anyway, that one I used a plastic hose, and it had a screw on top, so just hand tight. And since that was way up in there, that was easier to do by hand versus using a basin wrench and tightening it with the wrench. I used a crescent wrench for the hot wire line right there. You see the braided steel. So that's that was pretty easy. Didn't have to do anything special. Alright, so next step. Alright, so now we're going to put the cartridge in. See the feet? Right there, left and right. You see the holes that correspond? Just make sure that they line up with those. And once they seat, you shouldn't be able to move the cartridge. Once they fit in there. Yeah, okay, so now it's fitted because we can't move it when we're trying to turn it. So this will be able to move because that's separate. But now we know it's seated. Okay, now put your brass nut or retainer nut. So this is going to push the cartridge down. Yours might be plastic. Either way there, both same thing. Okay, hand tighten it first. Then you can use some channel locks, or actually I'm going to go get my crescent wrench. Alright, got a crescent wrench, and you just want to get it snug. You don't have to overdo it. You're just trying to make sure that cartridge, make sure the gasket on the underside of that cartridge is pushed down over those holes so that no water leaks out on the edges of it. So as long as it's tight enough to do that, then your job is done. And be careful not to strip this out. I've already kind of damaged it. So channel locks might be the better option, but anyway, that should be good. I'll do it one more time. Okay. Now you want this piece, screws on, make sure it's seated right. That's kind of more just like decorative anyway, so it just, you know, hides that. Okay, now we need the top. And that sits back down. There we go, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna go turn the water back on, so I'm not actually gonna put that in, and just in case it's leaking, that you don't have to take everything off. But what would be next is the screw. Just screw that in, wait till Phillips head, and then just put the cap on, and then you're done. But you know, just check for leaks before you do all that. That way you don't have to take it back apart, just in case something went wrong. But that's the process. Hopefully it's helped, and see you guys next time.